let us move on to the selecting and manipulating elements. So first we are moving on to selecting elements. So in selecting element, we can select the elements or elements by subpart. So first we are moving on to document.querySelector. So this document.querySelector, in the sense, it will select the first element that matches the CSS selector. So it will so in the sense, so here in the example I'm having the two paragraphs. So here I'm having the same class two paragraph, but the first paragraph having the value text, that is hello, second one having word. So if I want the only the first element of the document, so I can access through this. So here, so if I'm having the same class, so if for example, if I'm having same tag or same class name, so in that I'm having a different text value. So if I want to select the first one in that, I can use document.select query selector. So in the sense, so it will select the first element in the sense. So for example, here we having document dot the constant I am assigning the document dot query selector dot text, in the sense what and dot so the first element in the first query selector in the sense dot text, the okay document dot query selector, in the sense it will select the first element that matches the CSS which we having a dot text, in the sense the class having the name text. I am selecting the first element, in the sense I am selecting the first element, in the sense p class is equals to tag having the class text. So in that I am selecting the first one which having the text value as hello. So I am consoling the text content. Text content in this is what and all there inside the tag or this one. I am asking it to print it out. So I am getting the output hello. So it will only select the first element. So document dot query selector. So here, okay, one second. So moving on to the query document dot query selector all. So query selector all, in the sense it will select all the element that matches the CSS selector, but it will return a node like structure. Node list structure. Node list, in the sense it is a collection of group of elements. So I will show how it will node list. I will show you the this one. Uh, so document dot query selector, it will return a static node list of all elements that are matching a CSS selector. So here I am asking const element. I am getting all the dot text classes. So here I am having two dot text classes, which is hello and one. So I'm asking elements dot for each. I'm asking it to print each text content of the dot text. So I'm getting hello and word. So no, it will return a node list which is an array like. So node list, in the sense, So it will, for example, one second. Okay, node list in the sense, in this one, it will give like, so it will come like this. It will come like node list of 2. So it will come like node list of 2. So having, so it will come like this, which is p dot text, comma p dot text. So this is the node list, which is a array like structure. So it will actually come like this. So if I do text dot content, it will give the text content inside the p dot text. What and all that inside the p dot text, it will give. So So moving on to the document.getElementById. So it will retrieve a single element by its unique ID attribute. So as we know, ID is a unique attribute. So here, for example, H1 ID is equals to title. We having welcome. So it is asking it is to get the element by the ID, which is having the title. So if we are using query selector or query all, so we need to add for if I am getting the elements from the ID, then I have to use hashtag ID. So but in the case of element dot ID, get element by ID, so I no need to add the hashtag. So in so here, if I am using document dot query selector or so if query selector all, so in that case, if I wanted to if I want if I want if I want the text content inside the ID title, I if I wanted to get it through a query selector or a query selector all, that time I have to add hashtag the ID followed by the ID name. For example, if I'm having title, so I have to write title. If I am getting it from the class, it should be dot class name. So it can be dot for class name. I have to use title for dot the class name, and for ID I have to use hashtag ID. I have to use hashtag in the case of ID. But if I am getting it from a document dot get element by an ID, so it is already asking us to get it from an ID. So no need to add hashtag this one. So if I am using get element by ID, so in this case I no need to add the hashtag, or in the case of class name, get the ID by a class name. So that time also no need to add the dot. So just give the name. So here, so it is asking for the text content. What is there inside the ID? I'm getting out. It will only return a single array. So here, so as I told, document dot get element by a class name. So that time it will return a HTML collection of item with a specific class. HTML collection in a sense, list or a collection of HTML elements, which is having a specific class name. So here having a class. So ID is a unique this one. So ID is a unique attribute, but in the case of class, it can be so I can use the same class for many times. So so class is equals to item, so that I can use it multiple time. But in the case of ID, it is a unique, so only one this one. So here, so I'm having a class item. First one as A and B. So I'm having the class item which is having a different two different text content. So that is A and B. So here I'm asking to get the item from the get element of the class name. I'm asking the items. So class name which is having an item. So I'm getting actually A and B. So I'm in here getting this and this. So when I'm through loop, I am asking it to print the text what and all is there. So I am getting A and B. So here, so next we having document dot get element by an by tag name. So same it will return a HTML collection of an elements with a specific tag name. So the tag with the tag name we need to mention and it will give the respective output. So here I am having the list uh, list item. So so I'm asking it to get the elements by the tag name which is like a list item. So I'm asking it to give the text content. So I'm getting list 1 and list 2. It will also give the return the HTML collection. So first, so I will show what is the like how the HTML collection and the node list will look like.